So here's the deal. I'm not going to get to those cam bearings this video. But it's been suggested that I do some basic checks before I do that anyways. So I figured I might as well video that. Now, I got about 5 minutes of daylight left if I want to get this shot. So let's get to it. First up, I got a camera set up inside, and we're going to check the oil pressure just for kicks. So here we go. I had the drill going the wrong way. I've reset. Let's try this again. Oh, did I push record on the camera? One sec. Take 3. See for yourself. The drill is in the forward position. I thought it felt funny last time. Anyways, let's get this done. Okay, now I'm going to go check the footage, and you guys should already know if we have oil pressure, or how much. Well, it's been a few weeks since I started this video, so it's probably a good idea to wrap it up before I move on to some other stuff. Anyways, it should be obvious that I'm probably not going to get to the cam bearings. Well, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get to the cam bearings until spring. No big deal. I got other things in the works, and I really don't have the money to finish up the bucket right now anyways, partially because I've been planning on buying some other cylinder heads, and I'd rather stick with my plans for that. So that'll be coming up here in a little while. I've already ordered them. I'm still waiting on them to ship, so we'll see. For now, let's get back to the buck. You can see from the video yourself that the oil pressure checked out pretty good. I mean, it was 60 PSI when I primed it. Still got the stuff sitting right here. And get this thing right off. I don't know if it's because of my newer drill, because I used to only get about 40-ish PSI when I primed it. You know, when I primed that one, and I know they had a new pump on that car. So I don't know what the deal is there, but 60 PSI, I'm happy. Other than when I pulled it out, I did notice there was this, yeah, this little metal flake right here, which is, right, my magnet. You can see for yourself. Magnetic. So that's probably part of my lifter or part of a cam loop. And I probably should pull the oil filter, cut it up, and see how much debris is in there. And we'll do that in spring. We're just going to let it sit because there's no point in worrying about it all winter. Now, I also, I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, I did a leak-down test on the car. Well, on the engine. Just to see, and I got a cheat sheet right here. I'm going to play those clips right now. First up is cylinder 1, and here we go. Okay, just to 100. Right about there, and it looks like we are just under 5%. So I'm just going to go ahead and jump cut through the rest of them. Cylinder 3. Oop. I forgot to back off the rockers. Well, so much for jump cutting through them all. This is 3, by the way. I've already turned it over a little bit by hand and improved a little bit. We'll give it here a quick tap because I can feel it right here on the exhaust valve, so we'll give it a quick tap and see what that improves. Right here. Doesn't look good. Stay tuned. Okay, we're still on cylinder 3, and just wanted to show you something here real quick. Listen to the sound. Cylinder 5, about 9%. Maybe a little better. Nope. That definitely needs to be lapped at least. Cylinder 7. Kind of loud. But if you look at the gauge, it's only saying about 3%. Cylinder 2. Another about 3%. Still, I don't remember it being this loud. It just rings. Cylinder 4. About 11-ish. Exhaust valve. If I try to give it a little bit of love with the hammer, no good. Cylinder 6. Exhaust valve. The intake was also leaking, but after a few taps of the hammer, it pretty much stopped. Last one, cylinder 8. About 8-ish%. Rings, can't really feel it on the exhaust of the intake. And that concludes our Leakdown test. Okay, so you've seen those clips, and according to my cheat sheet, cylinder 3 and cylinder 6 were the worst. You know, one was 18% and cylinder 6 was 21%. So, but I think my videos, my video clip I probably just played, show that it was mostly exhaust valves. And I was kind of planning on pulling the heads anyway to do some quick and dirty port work real quick. You know, just get in there and just do it, you know. Hey guys, I was editing this video and realized I forgot to mention something. A while back I bought a truck for its engine, and when I leaked down tested that engine, a high mileage engine, several of the exhaust valves leaked. So I kind of already figured this engine was going to be the same deal, and planned on, you know, having to lap the valves. So if you haven't seen that series, it's like 4 episodes for my donor truck. I'll put the link in the description. Back to the video. Grind it out just a little bit. Not doing a full port. I mean, I'm tempted to pull him now because I got the winner, but then the engine will be tore open and exposed because I can't pull Buck in. He's going to be sitting outside. I'm going to push him out back for the winter. So we'll deal with that. We'll burn that bridge in spring. Maybe I'll find some heads over the winter and I'll go ahead and pour them up and then just swab them. I mean, I could steal the donor heads, but you know, I'll work that out later. Anyway, so the rings, you know, good enough for short block. I mean, other than some debris from the cam lobes and stuff, but I mean, I don't really care about that engine. I just want to get back together and running and then move on to something else. So, moving on, I also got a shot of the spark plugs, which weren't too bad. And by the way, there's all the crappy valve train that I'll be throwing away. More for the scrap pile. So I'll include that clip of the spark plugs right here. Here's a quick shot of the spark plugs before I throw them back in and push Buck outside. Mostly foul, but some of them not too bad, but obviously Buck is not running ideal. Yeah, 3. Those ones are fine. The other 4 are pretty black and fouled. Alright, I'm going to push the sucker out and then I'll wrap this up. And that pretty much, I guess, wraps it up for the testing part. I mean, other than, you know, cutting open that oil filter, which, you know, I'm sure there's going to be some debris in there. As long as it's, you know, not too much coppery and it's just, you know, some metal. I mean, that's the reason why I like to block off the bypass, so it doesn't go bypass the filter into the rest of the engine. So, yeah, that's another thing we'll get into some other day. Here's some other stuff I picked up for Buck already. I picked up this wheel. I got it as an eBay special for about $53, I want to say, off eBay. I mean, it was a steal. I mean, that was shipped too. I mean, it was crazy. It is a 20. Should be with about, I think it's the same back spacing as the wheels on Buck. Obviously it doesn't match, but I think it's, you know, it's fitting enough that, you know, this big bright wheel, red wheel that says NASCAR on it. I mean, I don't really care. Travis had the tire, but if you see one of my star video, you know that there's a notch out of that one in the front tire, so I got to find another one anyways over the winter. I mean, I'll probably try and find a few just so I can do some burnouts and burn them off anyway, so we'll see. And I picked up this Y pipe. I would like to go, you know, long tubes and dual exhaust, but I just don't want to put the money into buck. This Y pipe was like $67 or something like that on Amazon, and I don't have them out here, but I picked up a set of eBay headers for like $80. I mean, you know, they're made to fit for that truck, so they should bolt right up to this Y pipe, and good enough for me. I mean, Buck's not a race truck. Buck's just going to be a good cruiser, you know, maybe a parts runner and stuff like that. So I'm not too worried about getting every last little bit of horsepower out of them. But anyways, I think that wraps up this video. It's not my best work, but you know, whatever. I got to move on to some other stuff. Oh, there's one more thing I wanted to bring up. I have a clip I was meant to, you know, put in somewhere for the intake I was working on, so I'll put that in. We'll wrap this up right here. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Keep it real. What's up, guys? I'm just out in the workshop prepping Buck's future intake. Luckily, I already started a while back when I wanted to break one night from working on cylinder heads. But there's still plenty to do. So this clip is in advance, and I'll just throw it in where it fits. One of the future Buck videos. What I've got done so far is, you know, just clean up the bottom some, and I started doing the port corrections. This is probably the worst one right here. It was, you know, a little bit of core shift or whatever. But otherwise, I'm just touching up some spots, you know, that I can see here and there. And I'm about to start sanding it down. When I sand it, I'll probably find a few more spots I got to go in and, you know, just touch up with the carbide. I mean, I've already got the plenum pretty much on the other side are done. And, I mean, this intake's 100% done, other than being cleaned. So 99%, I guess you could say. But I drilled it for those OG heads, you know. Well, they're under there. I'll show you, but I drilled it for the OG heads, so I want to save it for that. I don't want to drill this one. I'm just gonna, you know, finish it up because Buck has actual Vortec heads, and you know, why not? You know, I need another intake anyway, so I'm gonna get the sanding on this intake. If you want to know more about my intake prep, I made a video, so check that out. I mean, I'll link it. You know, I think it's here or here. I'm gonna get back to work. Awesome.